I'm gone now. Bought moms a new home now. Bought Draco a new buzz down. My judge said she happy I'm on track, so I'm not wrong now. Yeah.
Alright guys, so this is my first review video, I guess you could kind of say. And the title of it is going to be Wake Up and Smell the Roses. Hence why I have these beautiful flowers in my hand. They're fake, but they do represent a lot. So I'm going to put these to the side and get started talking to you guys. So it's Halloween currently, and I know that that can be a very, very, very spooky time for people, just like going to college. Okay, and I promise that going to college is very, very spooky. You're sleeping in a room with people you don't know, going to a new environment at a new campus, a place that you're gonna have to learn or relearn. Even if you're from the city, like, I promise you, it's a completely different environment. It's a completely different pace of life, and no matter what it is, you're gonna have to adjust. So this is kind of my like 2 to 3 month review of how Howard has been, what's been good to me, what's been bad to me, what I would recommend, what I would not recommend, and other stuff like that, because I want this YouTube channel to like definitely be, in a sense, for me, so I can like remember all that's happened at Howard, all that's happened in my life that I'm proud of, that I'm a little bit sad about, things I would change, and hopefully at the same time like give you guys advice about like things that you would want to have or know, or things like that. So let's get into it. So my first month at Howard was kind of liberating. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, which is a lot smaller than Washington, D.C. So being here, I felt like I was definitely in a city that never sleeps. I felt like I was at a place that was, you know, super rich in culture, a place where it was okay to talk about a lot of things that at my home high school wasn't okay to talk about. I felt very connected to everyone around me. Like, I could see myself in every person. Like, I remember thinking that as I walked past people on campus, like, different girls have my hairstyles that I would wear, they're wearing clothes that I would wear, or they're talking about things that pertain to me. So that was definitely the benefit of being at Howard University and being at an HBCU. I remember, like, I showed you guys my video of my first day, and I had a white teacher, but like our entire topic and the book that we're learning out of is Black in America. So we talked about a lot of popular artists and writers like James Baldwin, Zora Neale Hurston, and other people that I thought were like super iconic. And in his class specifically, I feel like I've definitely grown as like a person who knows a lot about African American history and African American culture. The conversations that we have in there are definitely like super enriching, and I appreciate that from him. My other teacher, who's my Afro American teacher, I just went to her office hours, and she is not nice at all, and that's a sad experience because I was really looking forward to taking African American history and possibly considering it as a minor, but that's neither here nor there. I think one of the things, well, the thing that has impacted me the most has been my extracurricular activities. I'm super involved here on campus, just like I was in high school, and to me, like, time management was not something that was hard to like catch up on. Like, as soon as I was here, I told my mom, I said, this feels like a bigger version of my high school. I feel like I can totally do any and everything here. I'm not scared to like step out, show my face, you know, wave at a couple people, do a little dance, 1, 2, because that's just who I am. I'm a very open person, so that was easy for me. So one of the first organizations that I joined on campus was the Freshman Leadership Academy. It was very selective. They chose 51 people out of about 400 people that applied from the freshman class, and basically the Freshman Leadership Academy has been going on for 10 years. We're the 10th cohort. FLA 10, if you're watching this and supporting, hey flam. But basically it's an organization on campus that is dedicated to building leaders and servant leaders specifically. So we do a lot of service events, and bi-weekly we meet, we have workshops on Sundays, we get mentors on campus, and to me this was a program that like definitely gave me a leg up just at Howard. Like, at Howard, it's all about networking. It's all about, you know, who you know sometimes instead of what you know. So I feel like FLA has definitely given me the ability to know people and to just gain knowledge from them, whether, you know, we're sitting somewhere and talking about a certain topic on campus, or, you know, they're taking me somewhere that I've never seen before, because let me tell you, even though Howard is a small campus, it has lots of corners and hidden areas that, you know, or places or people that you're gonna want to know, and FLA has definitely introduced me to that. I met a lot of people in the freshman class who are interested in, you know, doing big things on and off of campus. So it's been a blessing, like, meeting them and getting a couple of friends from the organization. So I would say that's one organization that has definitely helped me on campus. Period poo. Yes, love my flam. That's what we call each other. And yeah, I feel like I've grown a lot. The process to get in the organization, if any of you guys are coming to Howard or interested, it's very competitive. You come in and you have a group interview and a group project, and then you make it to the final stage where you have your final interview. And here at Howard we have weeks, and each organization has their week. So the Freshman Leadership Academy has their week, the first week that the freshmen are here, and each night is basically a different workshop to get you ready for the group interviews and projects, and then their final interview. So they look you over, they'll give you a headshot, they'll give you a resume workshop, and this is open to all freshmen on campus. So whether you make it or not, you still do receive the benefits of the organization, which is pretty cool. And so I found that to be really appreciated by the student body. And yeah, like, Freshman Leadership Academy just prepares you and gives you a leg up. I'm sorry if I'm kind of like rambling or whatever, because like it's late and I'm just doing this for me because, you know, I want to remember, but I want you guys to know and remember if you ever come to be a Howard student. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, Freshman Leadership Academy has been great to me. I love it, and I will continue updating you guys on like how I work with it as I leave from being a freshman, because if you're a sophomore, junior, senior, or even if you graduated Howard, like, people from Freshman Leadership Academy will reach out back to other students who are currently in it or who were in it, and it's like one big family, but we call it a family because FLA. Yes. Okay, so on to the thing that has been causing me probably the most stress here at Howard. Is the track team. Like, for real. Like, back home, I was on the track team in high school, and at first I really didn't take it serious, but I was like good enough to not have to take it serious. So I would show up whenever, do whatever. I really wasn't friends with the people on the team, but I just showed up, ran my race, and went home, and I thought it was fun. And then senior year came, and I was like, yo, like, I really want to do this in college. I need to step it up a notch. So I started going to practice every day, and, you know, just becoming really invested in the sport. And, you know, being a senior, you have people that look up to you. So I had a lot of people on the team that looked up to me. I had a lot of family on the team. We were close. It was a close-knit environment, and I just loved everybody on the team. Like, we stretched together, we worked out together, we talked after meets, like, we hung out. Like, I got super close with my coach. Like, I cried when I left. Like, that was my family. So coming here at Howard and having a completely different experience was like super off-putting to me. It's a good team. The coach is amazing, Coach David Oliver. I feel like, you know, I don't even have to ask him a question to learn from him. I just go and sit in on his during his time in his office, which is where he goes after we have practice and weights and stuff. And I feel like I just gained so much knowledge from even being around him or being in his space. And that's one thing that I will say that has been like the glue for me in this program. But as far as like me and other members of the team, I feel like, you know, I haven't really gelled with them yet. I am a little bit more quiet, especially in the world of sports when I go into something, just because I'm super concentrated. But as far as like having people reach out to me or, you know, text me or go out of their way to talk to me after like meets or practices or weights, I really haven't had that. And so to me, it's been like super hard because it's already a really competitive team, and I feel like I'm not gelling with the people on the team. So to me, that's been something that's kind of been off-putting. But I love the sport so much that it's something that doesn't really matter to me in a sense, because I do want to like see myself compete and do well individually, and I want to see everybody on the team do well. So not to cap, like, I do have a couple of friends on the team that I would consider close that I can talk to or whatever, but just in my group and the people that I see every day, because we go in different groups, like hurdlers go in one group, jumpers one group, sprinters one group, whatever. Like in my group, which is the hurdlers, I just haven't really found anybody that I like gel with yet, and that's been bothering me. And like recently that caused me to get like really sad, especially because I was like hurt a little bit, like my left hamstring was hurting, so I was like having a hard time competing. And we do like these competitions, and you see where you come or are ranked on the team. So once you see where you're ranked, like I think that kind of like determines a little bit of your confidence for the season, for the year. And I came last, and that was super like depressing. I mean, like, to be honest, on the 2 days that we had for trials or whatever, like, I didn't really feel competitive. Like, I had just got up at the bed. I was like, look, okay, look, I don't feel like this right now. But, you know, I ran or did whatever. And the first day I came in 12th, but then the second day I came in last because you have to do a bunch of throws. And I'm just not a thrower. I'm going to be working on that. So I'm going to come back and give you an update. But yeah, I came last. And like, that shit hurted. That shit hurted. I remember, like, I called my mom, I called my coach, and I was just a little bit sad. And then, like, more stuff happened where, you know, I was a little bit hurt, and they were, like, asking me, am I doing everything to be the best athlete I can be? And, like, he named some things that I wasn't doing, and so I just felt like I was in a really, really sad space. And so I think that happens in college, like, too. People were telling me after homecoming, like, you're definitely going to feel different at college, and I think that is so true. I don't know if it was just me or me being anxious about feeling different after homecoming, but after homecoming, when I tell you I was just crying for no reason, I was really crying for no reason, and every little thing that happened to me made me want to go home. But I just called my coaches, and I called, like, my mom and my dad, and I was talking to them about it. Like, you guys saw, my dad came for homecoming, and then I went home for GHO, which I think really lifted my spirits because now I'm back and I feel like more invested in things that are going on campus, because before I just felt completely detached. Like, I just saw myself, you know, slipping into a bad space. Hold on, I thought I heard something. Okay, didn't hear anything, we're good. But yeah, so I just found that, like, going home is definitely the best remedy. Sometimes you do need to go home, you need to get away, you need to get a break. And if you can't go home, just find somewhere in the city that you can go where you're just able to, like, gather and collect your thoughts. Because, child, when I tell you I was ready to leave, I'm still kind of ready to leave, just because, like, you know, you miss being at home, you miss being with people you know and stuff you know and like. That definitely happens. That was my experience with, like, feeling a little bit sad, and especially with that organization or that team or whatever you want to call it. But there's definitely other orgs on campus that I'm a part of that I'm about to tell you about that you might want to join at whatever college or institution you're at. The second one was the Hilltop. So at this point I probably haven't posted it yet, but I did a book signing here at Howard. I am a writer. I'm gonna show you guys my books, but I have to do that a little bit later. I had a book signing at Barnes & Noble's, and, you know, I really love to write creatively or just, you know, in any sense. So I joined the Hilltop at Howard, which is the newspaper. And I feel like that's an area that I've really been able to advance in and, you know, meet new people and work on my writing skills, which is big for me here. The Hilltop was founded by Zora Neale Hurston, the Zora Neale Hurston herself, the historic. And yeah, it's a newspaper. I write in the campus section, so if you go to our website, you can type in Ashley Fields and find my name and different things that I've written about. But I feel like that organization has also been an out for me. One thing that really also bothered me on campus was the fact that I don't have a leadership position, and I've talked to my mentor multiple times about this. But coming from high school, where I was president of this, vice president of that, you know, treasurer, secretary, I've always had a position or a role. Like, being a freshman in college and not having that was, like, something that's super bothersome to me for some reason. Like, I feel like I have no responsibility, and it's, like, bothering me. Like, you don't have a sibling anymore. Who are you supposed to watch? What are you supposed to do? But anyways, yeah. But I feel like writing for the Hilltop has been like, oh, okay, you're doing something, you have work, you have published work, you're continuing to work on something, and that's provided me, like, a better or a more stable sense of mind. So I appreciate the Hilltop for that. And lastly, I'm a part of National Council of Negro Women, which does a lot of service here on campus. I actually have one more organization I'm going to tell you guys about, but it's only for athletes, so keep watching if you want to hear about that. Click off, but before you click off, like and subscribe. if you don't want to hear about that. But yeah, so National Council of Negro Women was founded by Mary McLeod Bethune. I stay in Bethune Annex, which is a dorm that was named after her, and I've just done a lot of research on her over the years, which drew me to the organization. Also, one of the throwers on the track team is the president, so that also drew me to the organization. But I feel like I have a lot of sisterhood in this organization. I met a couple of people who I think are really cool. They're older than me because there's not a lot of freshmen in it. But the people that I met that are older than me have been able to like sort of guide me through things on campus too, which I truly do appreciate. And yeah, like I said, they're a service-based organization that helped me, you know, do something else I'm passionate about, which is service and serving the people here in DC. One of the things I noticed when I first moved here was definitely the people. That's the biggest difference. Like where I'm from in Charlotte, homelessness is there, but it's not as seen. Here in DC, when you walk down Georgia Ave or any part of the city, I feel like you see so many homeless people or so many people who are less fortunate, and it to me, it honestly just breaks my heart, and it makes me like want to do more to serve. So that was one thing I was interested in, joining an organization that serves outside of Howard's community, and that I'm able to actually find people who I can interact with and serve. That was huge for me. So today, because it was Halloween, National Council of Negro Women went and served the students at Howard Middle School by, you know, giving them candy and other things like that. And they do a lot of service off campus as well. And the organization I'm about to talk about, which is only for athletes, sadly, is one where I found like the most joy from serving. So the other organization I joined is called the Grassroots Project. It's called the Grassroots Project because they believe that change starts from the bottom and then heads up, which I really love. I accidentally joined this organization. Like in the track group chat, there's a competition between all the sports here at Howard to see who can do the most life skills project. So whatever life skill you've done, you add it to this link, and at the end of the year, the team that's done the most life skills wins the competition. So like they're always sending events and activities that you can do in the group chat to help our team win the life skills competition, and the Grassroots Project was one. So they sent this flyer in the group chat, and it was like, come this weekend and next weekend to receive training to be a part of the Grassroots Project. But me, you know, not reading, shame, shame, shame. I just thought it was like a 2-day service event. So I show up, I put my name down, I register, and they're like, you know, what day do you want to serve? And I'm like, today. Like, that's why I'm here today. That's the day I want to serve. And they're like, no, this is a ongoing service project throughout the semester where you work at a school and you teach kids either about nutrition, mental health, or sex education. And so at first I signed up for sex education, but it didn't work out with my schedule, so then I got switched to nutrition. And on those 2 days or 2 weekends, I received training, and then I got placed at KIPP DC with the middle school students, teaching them nutrition. And that has been one of the most rewarding parts of my time here at Howard. Like, I go there every Wednesday from 10 to 11, and I teach the kids about basic nutrition. In training, they told us about a lot that the kids go through with like not being able to like maintain a healthy diet just due to their household income or other factors that weigh in to how they're not able to eat healthily. And it just like really bothered me. But like getting to know and see these students every week and seeing how they're growing and how they're learning to understand more about nutrition and just life in general has been super rewarding. I have a couple of favorites. So if they're watching my video, shout out to Jordan, shout out to EJ, shout out to Trent, shout out to Team Grassroots. That's the name of my team. You get a team within like the school that you go to, and you work with a group of like 5 to 6 kids, and you stay with them for the entire time. But that program has been super rewarding. I've met more upperclassmen, more networking, but I've also been able to serve, and that has been, you know, it's been a highlight of my time here at Howard. I'm not even gonna cap. Like, I look forward to it every week, seeing the smiles on their faces. Like, I walk in and they give you hugs. Like, I'm gonna definitely miss that because you can only serve at the school for 1 semester, which is super sad to me, but I just want my kids to know that I'm gonna miss them a lot. But yeah, I'm sorry if my energy has been off this video. But I just wanted to tell you guys like about my time at Howard, like how it's been, and just definitely talk and lastly just motivate you guys, whether you're at high school, middle school, not in school at all, just in life, like to keep going and to wake up and smell the roses. That's why I have these roses. I wanted to remind you guys that like no matter where you're at in life, there's something to be thankful for, there's something to be grateful for. And like me going home, I was definitely able to see that and definitely able to realize how being in college is a blessing in any sense, or being in school, and how even if you're not appreciative of your situation, there's someone that is and that will be. So take advantage of it, take advantage of every opportunity you have or can get. And I think now I'm gonna start talking about more motivational things on here, because I just feel the need to like encourage more and talk to people and get my thoughts out. So yeah, thank you for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you just as soon as I feel like posting another video. Somebody asked me to collab today, but I'm like, do I really wanna? Because I don't even know her. But like, I'm gonna definitely get into that. Thinking about doing a lookbook. As you can see, I'm cute, so we're gonna see about it. We're gonna see. Bye.